the Lord, and mighty in power. His understanding is infinite. Great is the Lord. God is powerful, infinitely powerful. He made all the stars, the sun, and the moon. Great big galaxies, a universe of mysteries. He can do what no one else can do. Great is the Lord, and mighty in power. His understanding is infinite. Great is the Lord. God's incomprehensible, His strength is inconceivable. He made things that no one else can see.
Tiny, tiny
Molecules and stars and planets far from view. The God who made it all created me. Great is the Lord, and mighty in power. His understanding is infinite. Great is the Lord. Great is the Lord.
A book of books is what it took for God to get His message to us. He wrote it out, there is no doubt. He didn't want to leave us clueless.
God put it all together
and gave us all a perfect book. Old Testament!
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. Then there's Deuteronomy. Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles,
Ezra and Nehemiah.
Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs. Keep it going. Ecclesiastes and the Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk and Zephaniah, Haggai and Zechariah. Don't forget good old Malachi. A book of books is what it took
for God to get His message to us.
He wrote it out, so there is no doubt.
He didn't want to leave us clueless.
God put it all together
and gave us all a perfect book.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, and Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians,
Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians,
1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James,
1st and 2nd Peter,
1st and 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. That's what's in God's perfect book. All right, to the book of books.
The book of books is what it took for God to get His message to us. He wrote it out, there is no doubt. He didn't want to leave us clueless.
No, God put it all together, gave us all. God put it all together,
Gave us all.
God put it all together, and gave us all a perfect book.
All right, another week. I am glad to be here. I am glad that you were listening and watching, and hope you had a great week. So we're going to show a video of something we did at my house, did a little bit of experiment, and I want you guys to think about it. So it's an experiment that we have done as a family a lot of times, and so don't get stuck in that. Like, I want it to be something that can kind of bring up conversation and stuff, even though things exploding and making a mess is always fun. But what we're talking about is fear, and how fear can be healthy, and how fear can take over and not be healthy very quickly. And so I'm gonna, before we show the video, I'm gonna just we're gonna read Psalms 23. Okay. The Lord is my shepherd; He gives me everything I need. He lets me lie down in His fields and green grass. He leads me beside quiet waters. He gives me new strength. He guides me in the right path for the honor of His name. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. You are with me. Your shepherd's rod and staff, they comfort me. You prepare a feast for me right in front of my enemies. You pour oil over my head. My cup runs over. I am sure that your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. So the biggest part I'm going to concentrate on is verse 4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. You are with me. Your shepherd's rod and your staff, they comfort me. As we'll talk about in the video with the kids, you know, fear can be a healthy thing, or it could be something that takes over. And I give you lots of examples in my own life where that's the case. But just choosing to trust and growing from learning experiences and things we go through instead of letting it take over. So, all right, hope you enjoy the video. Well, hello friends, we're hanging out here on the farm, and we are going to show you guys a science experiment and hopefully possibly learn something about the love of God also. So we've got Wesley here, Rebecca, my Sparky, and Karis, my Sparky graduate, and they're going to be my helpers. Okay, so the thing we're going to talk about is fear, right? Mm-hmm. Now, could fear be healthy sometimes? Mm-hmm. Yes. Is it okay to be fear of a car coming at us at 60 miles an hour? Yes, because your mommy and daddy say, hey, you shouldn't go close to the road. That's kind of a healthy fear, right? Healthy fear of what could happen, right? Okay, but fear can also be something that can kind of take over. What's something, and be unhealthy too. So what is something you guys are afraid of?
I like making my footprints.
Yes, you're afraid of making footprints? No, what's something you're afraid of?
I'm afraid of ants biting me.
Ants biting you? Okay, and you said fire earlier. What about you, Rebecca?
Tornadoes.
For tornadoes. And Kara said she was afraid of mice. Right? Okay. So this container right here represents us. Okay, represents us as a people. And Karis is gonna be my helper, and she's gonna take. It's fine. She's gonna take the baking soda, and she's going to pour it into the cup. Okay, and what the baking soda represents today is fear. Okay, just a little bit. Perfect. Right there. It's perfect. Okay. Now, fear can be something that can just kind of be debilitating, can kind of take over our lives, right? And yes, there are some healthy times, but there's also some times that are not healthy, and it usually means we're not trusting something, right? We're not trusting God and the fact that He sees the bigger picture. We're not trusting just a lot of things. And you know, you can sit on a chair and trust that it's going to be there, or you can be fearful the chair might collapse at any second, right? So something we have an amazing God who created this entire world. And He represented in the vinegar. Okay, so go ahead and pour it. See what happens. Woo! Pour some more in there. Good job. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Now, if you look close at the very, very bottom, there's still some baking soda down there. Okay, it does not necessarily make it go away, but it changes it. Okay, go ahead, pour some more. Okay. The love of God and knowing and trusting Him does not necessarily make all of our fears vanish away. But knowing that He cares about us and He is bigger than those fears, that is what's important. And can be transforming, right? It's the vinegar. Okay, go ahead and pour some more. Okay? Good job. Okay, I want you to go ahead and dump out the apple cider vinegar. onto the ground.
In here?
Let's watch out. We're gonna do this. Okay. Now we're gonna see that there might still. It'll be fine. Okay. Let's do a little bit more. I think there's still a little more down there. Okay. There's still a chemical reaction happening, and it's slowly, because when you're trusting God to be in charge of something, for you to be an overcomer of your fears and trust in Him and learn from the things that He has given us, learn from the Bible, learn from scriptures, learn from loving your parents, and just by becoming more wise and making good choices, the fear doesn't have to take us over anymore, right? It kind of takes over. You want to do it one more time? See, God's filling that container now, right? Ooh, it looks like it's changed. Look at that. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
They're with me. Bye.
Hi, everybody. Bye. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. And we do a lot of volcanoes in our house. And part of that is because, if you guys know Mr. Dusty, Dusty being his name, he was due to be born the day that Mount St. Helens blew. And he was born 2 weeks later, but his parents, we're going to call him Joseph, and looked out the window at Yakima and said, yeah, we can't call him that. We got to call him Dusty. So we do, for his birthday and stuff, do a lot of making volcanoes, and plus it's just fun. So I'm going to look at it differently, and I hope you guys do too. When you put some baking soda and vinegar together and see the explosion, and if you have a chance, I think you should do it today with your parents in the sink. Anyways, we're also going to talk about Psalms 46, 1-3. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved in the heart of the sea, though the waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble and at its swelling. Even the most terrifying event cannot shake us from our firm foundation in God. Will we be nervous? Will it be scary? Of course. But keeping our eyes on what really matters, and putting our trust in the one who knows it all. I mean, come on. Not just with the temporary sight that we can see right here, but see the big picture. He's already been there. He understands. So anyways, have an awesome week. You are loved. You are cherished. You're being prayed for. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you soon.